guys, Kim here. Welcome to Backyard Blooms. Today's video is going to be very exciting. I am collaborating with my garden friends again. I have my video that I'm going to share with you along with 4 other videos, and we all have dreams. So we're going to try to accomplish our dreams that we're dreaming about this year. So I'm going to share that with you today. So in order to keep this video a little bit shorter than I normally do, I just included little snippets of all 4 of the gardens. And at the end of the end screen, I will link all their videos. And then in the description, I will link their YouTube channels. So make sure you like, share, and subscribe all 5 of our videos. And definitely make sure you like and comment because it puts it out to the YouTube world that we're doing a good job and it helps us out as all creators. So of course the first one is myself, and here is my video. Hi guys, Kim here. Welcome to Backyard Blooms. Today's video is about garden dreams. And my dream for my garden this year or this spring is my cottage garden. When I talk about my cottage garden, I just feel like there's no rules. Like there's no rules that apply except for putting taller things in the back and shorter things in the front. Because in my cottage garden, I want all types of colors, lots of different colors, lots of different textures, and lots of different plants. And I want lots and lots of plants. Now, this cottage garden right here is quite different this year, and I love it because these cryptomeria trees behind me are providing some shade. So not only do I get shade, part shade, and sun, so I get to play around a lot this year. So before I was never ever able to put like a hosta, this beautiful hosta here. This one is called June hosta. Isn't it pretty? I love the variegation. I love the chartreuse and the bluish green on it as well. So like I said, I want lots of color and I want lots of different color. So this is going to bring a lot of real prettiness against all this dark green that I have against my cryptomeria trees and my juniper bushes. So really excited about this hosta. These hostas right here, this June one, is zones 3 through 9, and it blooms midsummer to late summer, and I don't really know what color it blooms, so it's going to be a surprise. So anyways, it pairs well with coral bells, astilbe, and bleeding hearts, and I do have a bleeding heart, and I got a white one, so I'm really excited about that one. So I'm going to plant that white one in here as well. I need to go find it. Sure where it's at. And then another hosta that I have is this one right here, and this one is called Shadowland Diamond Lake, and this is the hosta of the year, it says. I have no idea which year because it doesn't say, but this one only gets 17 inches tall, so I'm not going to find anything that's going to get huge as big as me because I don't have the area for that. But really excited about this Diamond Lake. And this one, so little, is hardy 329 as well. So I got 2 hostas, and I have lots of more room for hostas too. So as I'm out and about in different nurseries, then I'm going to be able to find some. I bought most of these plants right here that you see in front of me at King's Nursery in Matthews, North Carolina, and I will show some footage from there because I was like, come on and shop with me, because I was on a specific mind of what I was wanting to shop for. And so sometimes I'll just go to a nursery and I have no idea what I want to buy. And then sometimes, like today, like I had a pretty good idea that I wanted to shop for this Pacific cottage garden. So I got this cute little bird. Look at this, you guys. Isn't he or her cute? And then I'm gonna put some of the diamond frost in that one. Now this was just an annual, but it will last me all the way till frost. And I got 2 of them. So 2 diamond frost. I really like to put these in containers, but they can go into the ground as well. And they just look real airy. And I just love the foliage on it. So we're gonna put that in there as well. So these are gonna go towards the middle. These hostas are gonna go in the middle and kind of like tucked down near my junipers. And then I got some primrose that is a perennial, and this takes shade as well. So to bring me some really pretty color. And then I bought some columbine. Now this one's called Winky Purple and White. Real pretty color. So let's see what zone this one is. This one is zones 3 to 9 as well. and then this takes shade. So this will go either towards the middle. I think it takes some sun too. Plant in sun or part shade. So this is going to be in a part shady area that I'm going to plant. And I bought 2 of these columbine. And they get some height to them as well. So I'm really excited about that. Let me see if it says it will grow 18 to 20 inches tall. So pretty excited. It says profuse spurred flowers are favorable of hummingbirds. Love my hummingbirds. An ideal choice for cutting, flower, or rock gardens. Lovely in combination with ferns, hostas, pulmonaria. I have pulmonaria in my garden right now that's blooming, and it's got blue and pink, and it's called Pinkaboo. And other part sun plants. Mounds of blue-green leaves are attractive all season. And I love the variegation on this, you guys. Love, love the leaf structure on this one. Very pretty. So I got 2 of those. And now in my cottage garden, I like really spiky stuff. So I thought this agastache would fit that bill. And I love the color of this agastache. Just love it. I'll bring the camera closer so you guys can see. But this will bloom in summer and autumn. And this one's called Guava Lava. Guava Lava, I like that name. This one takes full sun, so I'm going to put this probably in the front of the garden here. This front of my garden in the morning time gets full sun. And then on the other side of the garden, by the junipers on the very edge over there, that gets full sun in the afternoon. So I've got 2 choices. I can either plant it up here where it's got morning sun, or in the back there where I can see the spikes coming up in where it gets sun in the late afternoon. So this one does take full sun, and this one will get 20 to 22 inches tall, and this hardiness zone is 5 to 9. So almost every plant that I have here, almost anybody can do. I bought 2 of those. And then of course I have lots and lots of hellebores in my garden already, and I love them. Like this plant right now gives me so much joy in the wintertime going into the spring, and they're just beautiful. I really like these ones that kind of pop up right. So sometimes the bloom will like go down, but this one doesn't. So really like this one. Litten Rose, this one's called Frost Kiss Pippa Purple. Alright, so I've pretty much gone over the plants that I bought today at King's Nursery. And like I said, I'm going for texture and color, lots and lots of color, and I want fullness, like lots of fullness. So I'm really excited that I can play around with shade, part shade, and sun. And then another couple of things that I'm going to put into my garden, I got my notebook right here that will fit the bill for this. I'm going to do lupine, and I'm starting this from seed, and it's a mix, so I'm hoping that it's going to be beautiful with lots of different color, and I want lots of stuff that's going to be more spiky in this area. So that's what I'm dreaming about. So this is what I don't have now, but I'm dreaming that this garden is going to look like in the summertime. And then I bought coneflower, and I'm starting that from seed as well, and it is called Ruby Star. And I'm going to throw pictures up for you so you'll like know exactly how beautiful this plant's going to be in my garden. It's a perennial, and it attracts pollinators, and it's deer resistant. And you guys, I had to put a temporary deer resistant fence up because the deer had been coming eating all my flowers, and they ate a lot of stuff last year, and I just can't have that. I'm just like, nope, I'm going to put a stop to it, and I'll put a little clip of my temporary deer fence. And then the next flower that I'm going to put in here and mix around is a Gomphrena, and I'm starting that with seed as well. And it has mixed colors: pink, white, rose, lilac, purple, and orange scarlet. Can you imagine these tall little ball-like flowers with all those colors? It's going to be absolutely gorgeous. So excited about that. And then from seed as well, I've got the Royal Carpet Alyssum, and this is great for the ground cover. So this one is a big blanket of color of purple. So when I do have my Walker's Low growing up here, so when they start to bloom, it's going to be pretty full. So I'm going to have to find little pockets that I'm going to be able to put that in, and I can put them in pots as well. So excited about that. And then I already talked about the agastache, the guava lava, and you all know I like to plant things in odd numbers. So this one I got from Brex, and I got it in the mail, and this one is called Royal Raspberry. And again, it takes full sun. So this one is going to be more a raspberry color, where this is more of a purple peachy color, but I think it's going to look gorgeous all together. So 1, 2, 3 agastaches, and this is my very first agastache that's going to be planted. I've not planted that one before. And then the next one that we're going to talk about, the agastache takes full sun, is an echinacea, and it's called Pink Double Delight. And I got this one through Brex as well, and it takes full sun, and it's called it's fancy hot pink. It blooms for 2 to 3 months. It's well branched, sturdy stems, perfect for cutting. It loves the intense and heat of the humidity. So I'll throw a picture up of that one. And then I got lots of dahlias that I have on order. I have a few already in my garden that's in this cottage garden at the very end. And then I'm going to try to plant a lot more and have lots of more blooms for you. And I'm going to put some bouquets together this year. And then my next one is called Poppy Patty's Plum. And I have that in bare root, and I bought 3 of those because I have not had any luck putting out poppies and seeding them, sowing them out. So I don't know what the secret is. If you got a secret, make sure you share with me. But these are ruffled plum purple blooms. How gorgeous. The blooms are 6 inches, like 6 inches. Gonna be a real gorgeous bloom. And it shades of blackberry jelly to lavender gray. How pretty. And then a next one that I'm going to talk about that I'm going to put in the garden, this one came in like a little bulb. It almost looked like a tulip bulb or a jockwool bulb. It's pretty big. It's called Pineapple Lily, and I got that from Brex. And it's a South African native lily. It adds exotic tropical beauty to the garden, even in Zone 6. So I guess maybe that's something that most Zone 6 don't get to order. But its fleshly burgundy and green strap-shaped leaves produce flower spikes resembling miniature pineapples. So lovely. The star-shaped ivory blooms come out, and then they transition into rich hues of rose and purple. So if I can get that growing, that's going to be absolutely gorgeous. And I only have 1 of those. So if it does really well, then I'll order more next year. And it, like I said, it was in a bulb form. And then the next one, delphiniums. Like I'm gonna have lots of this, but I'm starting with seed. So that's gonna be really lovely in my cottage garden as well. And it's gonna give me some height and spikiness. And this takes full sun to part shade, so I can mix it in a little bit with the part shade area and kind of have it like on the border a little bit. Hummingbirds and butterflies love this one. And of course I love hummingbirds and butterflies and bees in my garden. So any of those are welcome. And then the color of this one is called Guardian Lavender. It's a perennial. It has sturdy flowers, spikes. It's herbaceous perennial. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I don't know what herbaceous means. I'm gonna have to look it up, and I'll let you know in comments, or you can let me know in comments if you know what herbaceous means. It's densely packed with double pale blue lavender florets adorned with white bees. And I have no idea what white bees mean. Maybe it looks like white bees. Not sure. And then I got some sweet peas growing, and let me go show you my sweet peas. So here's my sweet peas, and I'm sorry if you hear everybody's wanting to mow because we have Bermuda grass, and right now is the time to scalp it. So everybody's scalping. So I come out here and get ready, and then I hear nothing but mowing, but I don't want you guys to hear mowing. I have 4 different varieties of sweet peas. This one's called Jill Walton. And then I have Jilly, and then I have a cocoa mix, and then I have Jacqueline Heather. So 4 different types of varieties of sweet peas, and I'm gonna have them growing up on my obelisk. So it's gonna be very pretty. Excited. I need to get these in the ground, and I've been hardening these off. I started these from seed. I'm very proud of myself. And the next flower that I want to talk about is foxglove. I started some seed, but they are like a biennial type perennial. So meaning like if I plant it now, it may not bloom until next year. But if you keep putting them out year after year, then you're going to get blooms every year, and they're spiky, and I love a foxglove. So anyways, I'm excited about the varieties of plants that I talked about today, and I'm gonna place them around, and then while I'm showing you this video, I'm gonna show you my cottage garden, what it looks like right now. So I'm very, very excited about that. So make sure you like, share, and subscribe to my videos. I so appreciate it, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, friends. So the next video is Lynn, and she lives in Pennsylvania. And Lynn had a dream that when she started gardening years and years ago, a butterfly landed on her heart. So it was her promise over the next several years that she was going to provide lots and lots of different plants for all the little pollinators to live, and she has definitely achieved that. And here is Lynn's video. The next video is Betty, and she is the same zone as me, zone 8. And Betty has a new home that she is trying to establish her new landscape. So let's go look at Betty's video.
So as you can see here in front of me, this is some of the inspiration that I am taking for my new cottage garden. And that is one of the things that I want to focus on this year. So I can't wait for you to join me in that process and to see how this new cottage garden is going to turn out. So one of the first things that I wanted to focus on was ground cover. So that is very important because I think the more ground cover you have, the less weeds that you have to deal with. So I was able to pick up the other day some of this lamium, and it is really pretty silvery blue foliage with beautiful pink flowers on it. And this will make a beautiful ground cover. And then it also has, I would say, like a sister plant. And this is also another lamium. It has a little bit larger leaf, a little bit lighter, softer blue. And this one will have a little bit of a purple flower on it. So I'm hoping with these plants that they're going to make a great ground cover to line the bed of our cottage garden. Okay, so the next one that I have is this beautiful Helen von Stein lamb's ear. It's very soft. It adds that beautiful texture. It also will kind of create like a ground cover because it kind of spreads wide. And you mostly grow this for the foliage. I think this one does have a little bit of a flower, but the beautiful leaves is what we're going to be growing this for. And I was so excited to be able to find this the other day. And these containers actually have like 4 babies inside of them. So they're very beautiful and healthy lamb's ear. The next thing that I'm really excited about is this ornamental oregano called Blamisio. Sounds like it's Italian. And it has a beautiful purple, almost like cluster-like blooms on it. These are just babies. At the nursery, they actually just brought these out the day we were there. So these are going to get very big. They actually get 6 to 8 inches and 18 to 24 inches tall. So they're going to be a nice little ground cover as we go along through the cottage garden. Very similar to the lamb's ear is going to be this. I'm going to pull the tag up here. It's called Angel Wings Senosio, and it has a very soft texture of leaves. Plus it also kind of has that velvetiness like the lamb's ear, but as you can see, it has more of the silvery blue. So compared to the lamb's ear. So it's a very pretty color, very pretty texture. And this is going to be our cottage garden. It doesn't look like much right now, but I can't wait until this summer when it's full of beauty. Thank you guys so much for coming with me today and for dreaming with me about my dream garden. I can't wait to put this cottage garden together. I can't wait to see it grow, and I look forward to sharing it with you guys as we go along this journey.
So the next video is DeBorrah, and she has a secret garden. Who would not love a secret garden? She is zone 7B and she lives in Atlanta, Georgia. So let's go visit DeBorrah.
And what I'd like to do is share with you some of my inspiration on how I want my secret garden area to look, and some of the things that I am going to be doing to hopefully accomplish that. So come along with me on this walk as I share with you some of my inspirations. So let's go on up to the secret garden where I can share with you my vision of my garden dream for my secret garden. So come along with me. Okay, so as most of you know, this is the entrance to my secret garden. So some of you might be thinking, Inspiring Garden Corner, how are you getting ready to make a full sun area be like a secret garden? Because as you know, with a secret garden, it is not only the intimacy that it creates, but it's about small pockets of sun coming through. So the first thing that we did, and I had mentioned it before, was we got, let me turn this around so you can see, we got the fence, the new fence enclosed, you know, because like I said, didn't want to be fussing around with trying, you know, to block out my neighbor's license plates on their car. And then I needed some more space to go ahead and plant my cut and come again flowers, because last season I had them in the front row here. Last year I had them in the front row here, and they ended up just taking over, and they need to be in the back of the garden because of how high they get. Now, some of the things that are the plants that I'm going to be planting back here to help create that secret garden is I'm doing some cosmos. I got some zinnias. I have some scabioses. I got some milkweed. And all of those guys will get, 36 to 48 inches. So I think that'll end up adding to the secret garden field, to where it is two sections here, a section here for when you come into the under the arbor. Well, thank you again for visiting Inspiring Garden Corner, and I look forward to you checking out my next video.
So the next video is Emily's, and she gardens in Zone 10B, and she lives in California. So I'm very excited to see Emily, and here is her video.
Hi, my name is Emily, and I garden in Southern California.
Welcome to my backyard, and welcome to another collaboration with my garden friends. This collaboration is about creating a garden of your dreams. And in my case, I have dreamt about creating this space for quite a long time. Ever since I came back from a trip to Bali, I wanted to transform this space inspired by the flora that I experienced while in Bali. Another source of inspiration for this space is a landscaper that I follow on Instagram who lives in Brazil, who does amazing work. So I am standing in the middle of what will be the Zen garden bed. So one feature that this garden bed will have is a fountain that will go right here behind me. And there's some other garden statuary that will also go in this garden bed. I use Keynote to create my inspiration boards, and this is the inspiration board for the Zen garden bed. Some of the images featured on the inspiration board are my own. Others are screenshots from Flora Nativale. I think that's how you pronounce it. It's the landscaper in Brazil I follow on Instagram. On this board, you see the fountain, the Buddha garden statuary, chairs, and a thrifted coffee table. The lights are from IKEA that I want to hang to look suspended from the air or from the sky. That will take some research to achieve. In between the cracks of broken concrete, I want to plant more sedum and succulents around the edges, similar to the planting in the Kintsugi garden bed. Or maybe I'll add some mondo grass. I'm not quite sure. Maybe I'll do both. Let's see how it works out. So, because it's the garden of your dreams, it's going to take some time. So we will come back and revisit each phase to check on the progress of creating this dream.
I hope these 5 videos gave you some inspiration to get out and dream about your own garden. I hope it gave you some inspiration and some ideas, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, friends.